Alright everybody, welcome back to OKC Out Loud. This is episode 3. We're here with Coda.
What up, what up?
And today we're going to get into all types of things. We got a lot to catch up with. It took us about a month. We upgrading. We got 2 cameras now.
Making moves. You got 2 angles now. Soon we'll have 3. You just keep upgrading. Like we've talked about in other podcasts, always got to keep upgrading, keep moving forward.
Yeah, but these little steps, they're going to build and build and build. Soon we'll get, next step is another camera and then new mics. And then, we're just going to hopefully get a studio here pretty soon for it.
Very soon. Just gotta keep grinding.
Like we talked about I'm pretty sure it was that first episode, we talked about the atomic habits, where it's just little steps at a time. You just keep going. And as long as you keep breaking away at that, you're gonna keep chipping away, and then you got a masterpiece in your hands.
No, if you're watching this in 2026 and you see where the podcast is, you're probably blown away by how under budget this looks compared to where it probably is in that time.
Yeah, it's gonna advance so much. I got so much potential coming into this. I got a lot of ideas coming for the next episodes and stuff. We got a lot of people coming. Like, we're gonna have a lot of episodes with guests here coming pretty soon, and yeah, there's a whole lot coming forward. So
what you been up to, brother?
Yeah, I've been chilling, working at Amazon.
Working.
Been trading a lot, trying to learn how to trade, and just doing a lot of different shit. Just looking for new equipment.
That's how we found the camera, right? That's how you got the camera?
Facebook Marketplace, I'm not gonna lie.
Marketplace. Hell yeah.
Well, you got a job recently?
Yep, finally back, able to work in the workforce for my broken neck.
Unemployed
for how long? It's about to be different. 7 months. Had to run up money any way I could. Honestly, my hustle in my mind is the only reason I'm alive. When I broke my neck, I probably had like $2,000 saved up, and there's no way I would have been able to survive on that as long as I have if I wasn't able to keep expanding on that money and using the money to make money.
What were some of the ways that you was using your money to make money?
Giving out loans, investing in the stock market, like you said, just making trades, Bitcoin, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Buying and selling chains. If you ever need a chain for the cheap, let me know.
A lot of hustles, okay.
Genuinely, just really anything I could to make money because I was in survival mode.
It's understandable.
Yeah. But now that I have a consistent income, I'm about to use all of it to trade. Like, changes are about to be made, and they're about to be made fast.
That's good to hear. I'm glad that you're actually working again. It's good. I feel like if you don't have any, where was I going with this? If you don't have any drive to keep working, or you have a hustle, or get a job, or you get jobs and you lose them, that just shows that you have no work ethic. Coda's been my friend since middle school. You've been working since I've known you, basically. You did that little construction thing when we was in middle school.
Yep.
You saved up and got your first car and stuff. And you got a good work ethic. I feel like you keep pushing, you're gonna be further than Waffle House pretty soon, especially if you stay consistent with this. That was another reason that it took us so long to get back, was because of Coda's work schedule. He's got a new work schedule now.
It's as much as possible, really.
It's much harder to just have him on the podcast whenever he's got work. Before, he didn't have anything to do. He was just ready whenever.
Pretty much, yeah, nah. Honestly, getting back into the workforce, like having a stable income and not having to wake up and strive for money to survive feels good, but I do miss the hunger, because I can tell I'm not as hungry to find other avenues of income because I have the stable income. I need to work on upping the hunger as well and keeping that same hunger, because the potential, now that I have stable income and investment money, is insane.
Right, that's the way I looked at it. Amazon is such a huge tool. If you can get a job there, I know it's hard to get one right now, but peak season's coming up and a lot of people are gonna get hired. Stay there as long as you can. Use it as a tool. It is not where you want to end up. Especially if you're young, like if you're 20s, early 20s, I'm 22. If you're like me, find something that you love, make it your hobby, and find out how to make money off of your hobbies. Like, And if you love what you're doing, it's gonna make it so much better. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, find something that you love. You don't even have to try hard. Like, look at TikTok, for instance. So many people, I've told Coda whenever he had his neck broken to start a page where it's just those, is you split them in half and you got the GTA shit on the bottom and then you got something that you care about on top. Who cares if it's actually doing numbers? It's what you care about. I've seen so many of those that the pages are just dedicated to that type of content where it's just the split page, it's got some bullshit on the bottom and then it's got the actual knowledge, or it's got some more bullshit on top. You know what I mean? It's just like
100%. They're
you just
flooding
keep pushing
feeds.
and you just keep, like, the atomic habits thing. I've been preaching that to everybody recently just because it's like such a big thing in my life right now, is just continuing to just make like goals, break them down, figure out what the system is going to be to get to that goal, break that system down into small steps, and then it's just, after that you got to follow your steps that you created. You know what to do. And that's the way I look at it. It's just, everybody knows what they want. If you're not going to get it, that's your fault. And I feel like, yeah, now you're just content with your life if you're not trying to strive for change.
100%. And then content and complacency is the biggest killer in my opinion. Like, genuinely, if you get content with anything, it completely hinders you, turns you into just a static being. If you genuinely are just content with moving, like, you don't move forward if you're in a place of content.
Yeah, now there's a lot of people in the world, everybody basically gets in those times and gets in those loops where they're just static. They're just doing the same thing every day, not doing anything differently, not making any more progress. They just plateaued. They're not going anywhere. They're not going down. They're not going up. They just plateaued and they stay there for years and years and decades, and then retirement happens, and it's just like, that's why you got these old people that are going out of retirement back into the workforce because they can't afford to live in this world with how inflation's going and just how everything's just getting ran now. That can bring up the tax bills and stuff that are going on.
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't heard, Oklahoma has our Governor Stitt has officially signed a bill, and we will soon be eliminating all grocery tax, so we won't be taxed on our groceries anymore. And then from the last reading, there's also a proposed bill that will eliminate the state income tax. However, they're also planning on raising the federal tax pretty egregiously.
Yeah, so there's always a catch. Like, I haven't done any research into it like you have. I've just been focused on my own thing, working, sleeping, and trying to find things for this podcast and other revenues of making money and all types of stuff. But yeah, no, I think there's always a catch with the taxes or anything like that. Like, we're gonna take away grocery tax, then groceries are just gonna go up in price.
More than likely, yeah.
And the state tax is getting taken away. Federal tax is just gonna get doubled, or if not tripled or quadrupled. It's just gonna be a bunch of bullshit. That's why I want to make a bunch of money and move out of here.
Same. That's the American dream, I feel like now, is making money and getting out of America, man. Like 100% the American dream, it used to be, okay, I want to get a good job, buy a house, support my wife and my kids. Now it's, I want to make money and leave America. That's the American dream. Like, I don't see America genuinely getting past 2050. I don't know about anyone else, but the way we're progressing towards our downfall, I don't see us getting past 2050. Just the country itself.
I mean, I see us getting past 2050. I mean, if we stayed in this exact direction, probably not. But there will be change that happens. It doesn't last this shit. It doesn't, things change and things get better and then things get worse and things get better and things get worse. It's just a loop that the United States is in.
Yeah.
Recently in Oklahoma, we've had tons of tornadoes come through. It's been pretty devastating, to be honest. We had a really close one actually last night.
Yeah, we were like a mile away from it.
I drove through it.
This man.
Like right next to it, basically. It was pretty stressful. The highway looked like the ocean.
The highway looked like the ocean. Yeah, we've been having a lot of tornadoes. It's a very unfortunate event. Hopefully everyone that's out of place, just have been affected by these tornadoes, finds the help they need, finds the care that they need in these unfortunate times. It's been a while since we've had like a bunch of tornadoes in Oklahoma. I feel like we've been a good amount of years since we had like a bunch of active tornadoes.
Yeah, no, it's been, I think, almost I want to say 11 years since the last huge one. I think it was 2013 is the last like major one. That one affected me and my family. We had to move out of our house. It got messed up. I got to leave school early. That was cool.
That was the cool part.
That was all. Yeah. That was insane. And all the tornadoes recently, like, there's new stories. 4 hours ago, tornadoes leave behind significant damage across Oklahoma. It doesn't look like there's any deaths, at least 4 injuries from last night. But it doesn't look like any deaths. There was 4 deaths last, like, I want to say 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was a little bit less than that. But yeah, no, tornadoes, you gotta be careful out there if you're in Oklahoma. Tornadoes are not something to play with. I know we make a lot of jokes about them, but at the same time, they can cause a lot of damage.
Just completely
take a lot of lives and
take you.
Yeah, it's not something to really play around with. It really messed up me and my mom's situation and our family for a little while. But yeah, if y'all are out there in Oklahoma or in any of the states, because the one a few weeks ago like went through a few states, and that's like, it got quite a few people. So you gotta be safe out there if y'all seen this, you know.
100%.
Watch the weather this summer.
Stay weather aware for sure for these coming months. In other Oklahoma news, have you seen, right, it's extremely fucked up for what it is. They made it illegal in a way to be homeless. If you are homeless in Oklahoma now, and an officer stops you and offers you resources and you deny them, you will be fined $50 and have to spend 15 days in the county jail of the county in which the offense took place. Oklahoma has also said if this does not do anything to decrease our homeless population within the year that it goes in effect, that they'll just take it away.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think it's just gonna rack up a bunch of bills that a bunch of taxpayers are gonna end up having to pay, and then yeah, they're just gonna remove it.
I just don't. How does fining a homeless person $50 even kind of better the situation?
Oh yeah, a couple weeks ago, one of the tornadoes spun clockwise, which only 1% of northern hemisphere tornadoes can do that. So that was a pretty rare occurrence that happened in Oklahoma just a few weeks ago. And back to what he was saying about the other stuff.
I just think it's insane. That is insane too, though. We having record tornadoes here, man. Spinning backwards, basically.
Yeah, spinning clockwise. Normally they spin counterclockwise.
That's what. Do they know what caused it?
No, I mean, I don't know. No. I mean, not from this post that I'm reading, but I'm sure they have a reason for it, but I don't have the reason for it right now.
Did you get to catch a glimpse of the Aurora Borealis?
I think so. Me and my girlfriend think we did on our way home the other day, I think it was the other day. Just the other day we saw it. It was like, the sky was pink. So, but the sky is pink here sometimes, so that's why I wasn't sure. But it looked different than it normally does, so maybe. But we got a lot of really good pictures in here. I'll put them up. Some of the pictures that some people got.
Some phenomenal pictures. I just don't understand why, there is a small majority of people talking about it. It's a good one. That is a good picture. I'll flash it up real quick. But no one's talking about why the Northern Lights / Aurora Borealis was visible damn near across the entire globe. They were visible in parts of South Africa. That's not normal.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't done any research into it either. So yeah, no, that's a good point. It's just completely blanked a lot of people's minds of why this stuff is happening.
I've done a little bit of research, kind of minimal amounts, but from what I understand, it's because of the solar storms going on caused by the sun flares. But I just don't, like, everyone's focused on the fact that Aurora Borealis is pretty, but it is completely unnatural and definitely shouldn't be happening. You should not be able to see the Aurora Borealis near the equator.
Yeah, no, it is weird. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't done any research into it. I haven't looked into it at all. I haven't really thought into it at all. But that's a good question about, like, we could look into it eventually. Or if you've already looked into it.
Not a whole lot. Maybe we could do it next episode.
Yeah, if it keeps
Dive into
happening, if we have another thing, then we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, if the Aurora Borealis has another event, 100%, I'll do the dive into the information on it so I can provide it to you guys. Because it's very interesting and it's a very abnormal thing. And it's weird that we've had blue moons, red moons, eclipses, Aurora Borealis being viewed all over the world in the span of a few months.
Yeah, no, this year it's brought a lot of weird space things, and the sun's definitely got some shit going on with it. And yeah, another thing that happened, I'm pretty sure it was this month that in Oklahoma, so like, hang on, I'll have to find the page, the post on when it actually happened, but there was some pretty serious stuff that happened recently about the child finding his family dead.
What the fuck?
No, that was last month. Yeah, April 23rd is whenever I saved it. But yeah, this like husband killed everybody in their family except for the 11-year-old. And yeah, no, that stuff is crazy. I don't know what drives people to do that.
Lock him up, throw away the key.
He can't, he's dead. He killed himself too.
He killed himself too.
And then the 11-year-old found everybody and had to call the cops. Like, just to leave that for your kid is crazy. Just to even do that and like I don't know what goes through somebody's mind to even do that to their kids and wife and then themselves, and leave one kid to just deal with all of that.
I feel like it would have been more correct just to kill the kid. Like, leaving that much trauma to deal with, I personally would rather have been killed.
I mean,
At
I
11?
don't know. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, it's just a fucked up situation in my opinion, and I just feel bad for the kid that had to deal with all that. Just
prayers for that kid. Hopefully there's some support system set up for him.
yeah, I don't know what's all going on for him, but this like it's just a sad story to hear, and just like if there's a GoFundMe or anything set up, I'll look into it and I'll put it in the description or something. Like, cause yeah, no, that's a serious fucked up situation. Like, and yeah, no, I just don't think any kid should have to deal with that type of situation. Like, parents are supposed to be there for you your whole life, and then to see your own take everybody's life, and then to like just leave you, the kid's gonna have survivor's guilt and all types of shit. It's just all fucked up.
Facts. Like, genuinely, if there is a support system, help the kid out if you can.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see if there's a GoFundMe for the kid, and I'll put it in the description. All right, so we're gonna do something a little differently. We're gonna kind of react to these clips that have been going viral of this dude, Wes Watson, on this Fresh and Fit podcast event that everyone's saying that he ruined it. I've already seen it. Coda has seen a few clips of it, not really the whole thing.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna kind of give our opinion on it and kind of say like, I don't know, like where he kind of messed up at, because everyone's kind of clowning him for this, and I don't know. I feel like I got a different opinion of it.
From what I've seen, I feel the same. I feel like I just have a different opinion.
My definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't fucking shit. You got straight tits and you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a fucking clown to me. I'm just laughing at you dumb fuckers. But this whole fucking point, you have a weakness. Change it, motherfucker. How the fuck are you gonna lead people?
No, yeah.
Realize your weakness is their way out. We're not people say, oh, it's not about the money, it's about family, Wes, it's about this, about that. Motherfucker, when you're making money, it's about the money. When it's family, it's about family. When you're at the gym, it's about muscle. Whatever you're doing, it's about that. There's no black and white life. It's the gray area. You have it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I felt like he should have just like stuck with that and not really. He should have just like kind of let the other dude just talk and give his bullshit answer of what he thinks success is, and like had he went back to his same like reason of success, like I think he would have been fine. But you see, like he does not do that, and it does not look good on his part. But yeah, I just feel like I agree with him for that reason. It's just like if you got tits and a Rolls Royce, yeah, you got the Rolls Royce, but you also have a weakness that you could be changing. Like you're fat for what? Like take care of yourself. You like if nobody saw you in the Rolls Royce, no one's gonna expect you to have that. Like it's the gold digger pranks type thing. Like nobody's gonna expect you to have that, nor is like nobody gonna respect you without seeing you with it. Say like you're in a building and I bump into you, I'm not gonna respect you just because you fucking are fat and you have a Rolls Royce. I don't know you have a Rolls Royce. I got a Chrysler 300. You don't know I got a Chrysler 300 because we were in the store together. You're just a fat fucking piece of shit to me. And yeah, nah, like I can be whatever. I'm a fucking stoner, skinny, burnout, whatever the fuck people want to call me, like stereotypes. It's just human nature to judge books by their cover. Like that's what we do. Like I don't care what anyone says. If they're not judgmental, they're judging you on the inside. Like that's just what people do. Like people judge each other. People are gonna judge each other. That's just how it is. They might not vocalize it and tell you how they're feeling about it, but until you actually talk to somebody, everybody judges a book by their cover. I don't care what you say.
Facts.
Be good at everything. That's the goal, to really excel in every area. I roll in most rooms with successful entrepreneurs, and it's pathetic. They'll have like a before and after picture of their fitness shit, and their after picture looks like their before pic. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're not embarrassed of this shit? Like, you have enough money, and that's what you put out. You're that big of a pussy. Like, I just can't get behind anything that's not done at a high level. So, knock the one thing off the board first, then the next thing, then the next thing. Janos is ripped, rich, and rare. I mean, the whole thing, what's rare mean to me? It means no vices. It means no drugs.
Can we pause it real quick? So what he was saying about not being able to get behind things on a high level, I also agree with that. Like, if you're gonna put effort into something, if you're gonna do something, I'm gonna just compare it to weed. Why would you want to smoke low-level, mid-weed? You want to smoke high, top-shelf weed. You want to have high effort, high energy. You don't want to put anything behind some low-energy, mid-energy, even bullshit. Like, there's no point.
If you're going, like, we can talk about the gym like he's talking about, like I've talked about in the previous episodes. If you're putting minimal effort in, like I was saying, like if you're only breaking it down into 2-minute steps a day for your fitness goals, like yeah, you're moving forward and that's good. You got those atomic habits started, but put 100%, and you know you're not putting 100% in if you're only putting 2 minutes in. We got 24 hours in a day. You only need 8 hours of sleep, and most people don't even get that. So most people are up way more than what they're asleep, not doing shit besides just, ooh, that's a funny TikTok. That's a funny TikTok. Ha ha ha. That shit ain't doing nothing for y'all.
No facts.
And then you want to complain about the position you're in while you're sitting there eating McDonald's, talking about you're broke and you're fat and you're lonely, and it's just like, that's your fucking fault.
It's
like,
a choice.
It's your choice. You didn't choose, like you choosing to make those bad decisions. It's just a bunch of bad decisions that have led to where you're at, and that's why people are gonna look at you, like the way they look at you. You gotta earn respect and say like, I don't know, that's just the way it is. Like you have to earn respect. It's not just given. Like at least in real life, like if you're hanging out with some pussies, maybe everybody respects each other, but now you gotta call each other out. You can't all be yes men.
I don't understand the purpose of yes men in life. Like, if I'm fucking up, I want to know. I don't want you to just lie to my face and be like, yeah, dawg, bro, just keep going with what you're doing. Call me out on the bullshit. There's no point in surrounding yourself with people that'll let you continue down the path of failure.
Yeah, those aren't friends. If your friends are letting you continue to fail, those are not your friends. If they continue to go out with you and party and do bullshit, those aren't your friends. You guys won't be friends in the future. And if you are, y'all will continue to do the same shit. Y'all be plateaued like I was talking about. Y'all ain't gonna go down or up. I mean, honestly, you might go down.
You might go down with the way
up.
the economy's acting, yeah.
Yeah, nah, you gotta, like, how do you wanna live? How do you wanna, what's the risk that you wanna live at? Like, if you have more money, your life is way less risky. I don't care what you think. Like, more money, more problems. Like Coda was saying the other night, more money, more problems. He doesn't believe in that. I think it's true. There's obviously going to be more problems the more money you make. There's going to be way more problems, way more money than you have. Especially you got businesses, you got more lives to take care of instead of just your own or your family and kids. But say like your car, like he brought up, your car breaks down. What are you going to do? You're going to be out of work, or you're going to be struggling for a car, paying for your car, whatever. If I got $1 million in the bank, I'll go buy a new car. Who cares?
Yeah.
My car broke down, I'll get an Uber, pay for the Uber like nothing, and I'll get a car. Oh well. And then I'll put my car that I like in the shop. And then I'll sell this car. Or go and get a rental, it's not hard. Or I have another car already. Or just go get another car I already like. You know, it's not something that like people really think about, but it's like less money, more risk for your life. Like you're going day to day. Most people are going day to like month to month, paycheck to paycheck, not getting shit done. And if anything happens to them, what are they gonna do? They're gonna be fucked. Like there ain't nothing they can do. They're gonna have to sell all their stuff and just struggle because they weren't prepared. They didn't try hard enough. They didn't put 110% effort in, and so now they are having to reap the fucking consequences of that. Like, if you're gonna do something, do it 100%.
Yep, and you will always, at the end of the day, reap what you sow. So if you put 110% in, eventually you will see the fruits of your labor. And if you put 10% in, you will see the fruits of your labor. You might not like what you see, but you will see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, I tell my friends all the time that are trying to be rappers, like, yeah, y'all are talented, but there's people that are way less talented that are trying way harder than you, and that's why they're successful. That's why they're blowing up. It's not because they're better. It's not because they sound better. It's because they're putting more effort in. They're trying harder. They're making videos weekly. They're making songs and dropping them weekly. They're doing stuff. They're got their Instagrams popping. They're doing all types of shit consistently and always upgrading their equipment or doing stuff like what we're trying to do consistently. Upload and upgrade the content and upgrade the equipment that we're using. Like the next episode, I don't know if even Coda's gonna be in it. I might do my other plans and have a guest on here, and we'll see what happens though. But it just depends on what happens, like the timing, and we gotta see what schedules are looking like and everything. But yeah, I'm excited for where we're going with this.
I'm excited with where we're going in life in general. And I feel like if you're not excited, you're doing everything wrong.
I wouldn't say you're doing everything wrong, because like, I don't know. Like, you gotta have some grace, or like a grace period, I guess, for people that are just now getting this type of mindset. Like, this is like a woke mindset, I guess, to fucking want to be successful or some shit like that. But
apparently,
I don't know. It's just hard for a lot of people to fucking stay motivated, to actually have that concept of motivation and how.
And that's why I say look for things that excite you.
Yeah, that's what
it's the motivation built in.
Find things you love, and it won't be hard to stay motivated. And that's what a lot of people do. That's what we're doing. That's what you guys need to do. It's my biggest suggestion to you guys is to find something you love and put 110% into it. And I promise you, if you want to make money off of it, you probably can. If you don't believe me, put it down in the comments what you want to do. I promise you, I'll probably comment. I can comment back a way to make money off of it.
There's a monetary value to everything.
I promise. Like honestly, I want to like challenge y'all in the comments to give me a hobby that you think you cannot make money off of, and I will tell you you can, and I'll tell you how. Free game. I'll tell you how. Just
you heard the
What
man.
is your hobby? I'll tell you how to make money off of it.
We'll cook up. We'll give you some advice. Up to y'all. Let's hear those weird suggestions in the comments of what y'all like to do in your spare time. Because genuinely, I personally feel.
Whoa.
I said in your spare time. Look.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need to hear all the weird shit.
Look, because now look.
Spare time. I ain't trying to hear it all.
Jacking off, you can make that. You make money.
You can, but if you don't know about OnlyFans, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
I ain't giving you advice on OnlyFans.
But not like genuinely. I feel everything on the earth has a monetary value. People, objects, everything. There's not a single object in this room that does not have monetary value attached to it. This drywall costs money, laptop costs money, these pillows cost money, everything I'm wearing costs money. We are a product. We're trying to do a podcast, and products are money. This will make us money if we do it good. Everything has a monetary value. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you're able to capitalize on the things that you love and enjoy.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna make him look like a clown whenever he starts to make himself look like a clown. But yeah, nah. He just the dude he starts targeting tells him that, starts making prison jokes and all types of shit, and it just gets to him. He gets emotional, and lets his emotions get to him, which is not something that an alpha male would do, and he just needs to work on that if that's gonna be his persona and his thing that he markets as himself. And that's my opinion on it. And I agree what he was saying in the beginning, but I think he just got emotional and lost the argument, and I think he lost this shit.
From what I've seen, I really don't think he lost. Like the dude he was talking to, and I haven't seen the whole thing, though. But the dude he was talking to was just laughing at the fact that Wes Watson was calling him a loser and giving him accurate descriptions as to why he was a loser. Like, he completely won the argument. He just did get a little heated. But from what I've seen, it's hard not to get mad at somebody that's saying money doesn't have value.
Yeah, nah.
Like, that's just a stupid take.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in there. Like, I'm not trying to, like, keep talking on this topic, but there's a lot of stuff on there that the other guy talks about that, I mean, it makes sense but at the same time it doesn't. Like, Wes Watson does talk about, if you haven't experienced it, then you really shouldn't talk on it, which I agree on. Like, you shouldn't really talk on things you haven't experienced. You have no experience to have any advice on it. Like, I'm not gonna ask Coda if I should be a doctor. I'm not gonna ask my parents if I should be a doctor. They're not doctors. They don't know anything about being a doctor. That's just be terrible advice.
100%, yeah. No, you're not getting good advice. You ask doctors.
Yeah, you ask a doctor, like, is this when we go to the doctor, is this a career path that you would recommend? And if they would recommend it, then maybe. Talk to them about it. People are people, and they want to tell you about their journey and how they got there. Yeah, but you got to put 110% into it, otherwise you're not going to get there.
Nope. Or if you want to put your 10% in, don't complain when you reap the benefits of what you said. There's no reason to complain. You put the 10% in. What did you expect your outcome was going to be?
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of a bunch of shit. Just a bunch of factors, really. Just a bunch of human factors, life factors and stuff that happens. Like, I can understand people I'm understanding of people going through things. I get it. Things happen in life you can't control, but you can control how you react to those things.
100%, yeah.
You can always bounce back. If you're in the lowest, like, you can be at the very bottom, and you can bounce back. You always can. It's just your choice if you want to bounce back or not. You got to try to bounce back. You got to want to bounce back. Otherwise, there's no bouncing back. Like, you're gonna be, unfortunately, locked up in the streets, or homeless, or just, I don't know. You're gonna be struggling in life. You don't do what you need to do in your life and figure out where you want to be, what you want to do. Especially if you're our age, like early 20s, There's no reason you shouldn't be on the internet trying to make some type of bread. There's all tons of ways. You don't even have to show your face. There's the stock market. There's crypto, like we talked about before. And there's content that you can create.
Data entry jobs online.
Clothing. Yeah, there's computer programming that you can learn. There's all types of stuff that you can do to make a lot of money, and editing. Just, I can keep going. Like, once we start talking about money, I love talking about money. We can keep talking about businesses and money forever. I don't care.
Because it's a law of attraction. What you talk about is what will come to you. What you manifest and what you think about is what your life is. Because it's more of a personality example, but think about it like this. If you view yourself as somebody without confidence, is it even possible to have confidence?
If you view yourself without confidence, I don't think so.
So if you view yourself as a confident person, you're going to be way less susceptible to being a shy person. Like, you won't have very many shy moments if you genuinely bake it into your head, I have confidence, I know what I'm doing, I've got this on lock. But if you look at yourself on the opposite spectrum of that, you view yourself as a shy person, you're not going to be able to be confident.
Wow.
Is it even possible to be confident if you truly believe in your core that you're shy?
No, I don't think so, because I'm gonna attest to that. Like, I don't think, I don't really think you need to be like, I'm confident. Like, drill that in your head, like, I'm confident. But I feel like if you're sitting there and you have conversations with people and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm antisocial, I don't like talking to people, or I don't talk much. You're gonna be that type of person where you don't talk much, you're gonna be antisocial, you're gonna be stressed out if you say you're stressed out, you're gonna be depressed if you say you're depressed. Whatever you say you are, that's what you're gonna be. And so, yeah, I guess I agree. The confidence thing.
It's just the power of what you talk about. What you talk about is manifestation. It's the law of attraction. It's why we were told as kids, what we feed our brain is what we become. And it's because it's the damn truth. There's no getting around it. If you only talk about bullshit all the time, you're going to be thinking about bullshit all the time. If you only talk about money all the time, no matter where you are, you could be going out to eat, but if all me and him talk about is money, when we go out to eat, I'm going to be like, so how do you think they convinced us to pay for this steak?
Yeah, I'm gonna be sitting here thinking about how much they're paying to run this whole establishment. How much total is the net worth? I'm gonna change the...
Being out, what you talk about is what becomes your reality. How often did you talk about getting a 300 before you got one?
For years. Probably like 2 years straight.
Like,
I was talking about getting a Chrysler 300.
And now he has a Chrysler 300. And if he's talking about being, oh yeah, I'm broke, never gonna amount to anything in life, that's what you will amount to. Like, I'm not saying that was his position, but if that's what you're thinking, if that's what you're telling people when they ask you things and like how you're doing, that's what you'll end up becoming. Even if you are broke.
If you wake up every day thinking, today's shit day. Today's gonna be shit. Today's gonna be ass. Today sucks. That's what it's gonna be. Your day's
100%.
gonna suck.
Because the human brain looks for any reason for yourself to be right anyway.
That's why, like, whenever, like, you go to school or when you was in a bad mood the whole day, it just felt like shit was happening that was not supposed to be happening. Everything was going bad. That's why, because you wanted that shit to happen. You was looking for things to happen. You was looking for things to make your day worse. You was looking for bad shit to happen.
Just looking for a reason to be right. Because when you woke up that morning, you decided what kind of day you were going to have.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And then even if you're not doing it consciously, fuck, I just touched the mic. Even if you're not doing it consciously, subconsciously, you will always do it. No matter what the situation is, if you truly believe something, your brain will jump to any possible conclusion that it can connect to make you right. That's just how the human psychology works. So if you wake up and tell yourself, it's going to be a good day, I'm going to make some bread today, I'm going to get active, I'm going to get after my dreams, you're going to do that. If you wake up and you're like, I feel like shit, I'm just going to lay in bed all day, fuck around, not really do shit, you're going to do that.
Feel like shit.
100%.
Yeah, nah, I agree. And that's exactly how the fuck it works. If you want to feel like shit, wake up every day and say today's gonna suck and I feel like shit. You want to have a potentially good day? Wake up every day, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that it's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna have a great day. I'm gonna make a lot of money. Whatever else the fuck you want. Continue the cycle. It's just, what the fuck is it called? Positive, like, affirmations or some shit like
Just
that.
your daily affirmations, really.
Yeah, just.
I wouldn't even say those are affirmations at that point. That's just correcting your mindset and having a positive, just being a positive and productive person.
Yeah.
Like, affirmations are just more things you repeat. Like, this is really just training your mindset to not be counter-destructive.
Yeah, no, you don't want to sit there and commit fucking mental suicide, basically. Like, you're just killing the day before it even starts, killing your fucking mind before you even really get a chance to fucking wake it up. Like,
For real, because what I tell people a lot when I'm at work and when I've been working, or even just throughout the day, if they have a lot of day left and they're just going through activities and they can't sleep yet, if you think about how tired you are, it's just going to make you tired. If you just completely exit that fact that there's no bed, I'm not going to bed till 10 p.m. tonight, there's nothing I can do about it, and just don't think about it again, you really won't feel as tired as if you were to think about, I can't wait till I go home to sleep, just 2 more hours, just 1 more hour, just 30 more minutes. It's going to make you feel exponentially more tired.
yeah, if you're sitting there, I'm tired, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, da 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 da. If you continue that, you're going to continue to feel tired. If you just shut the fuck up and do what you need to do and keep moving, you don't feel that tired. You don't need drugs, you don't need a bunch of bullshit. It's just...
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset, yeah. It's just, everything is a mindset, and you can keep going. Like, yeah, you'll get tired eventually, but you know what you need. You know what you need to do.
100%, yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, body parts, in my opinion, don't even get tired. I've thought about this on shroom strips. I know it might sound a little crazy, but your body doesn't even get tired when working out unless you think that it should. That's the only reason that your body even gets, like, physically exhausted, is because your brain thinks that it should.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you sit there and you work out hard as fuck, your muscles are gonna get exhausted. And I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, but you can definitely push through it. Like, yeah, like, you will be exhausted, but you can push through it. But I don't know if that's a good example, really.
I only think that, right, because I was working out on shrooms one time, and I was feeling great. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to take a rest break, drink some water. And the second I sat down and I thought about it, I was like, holy shit. And then after I thought about it, I felt the workout soreness. I didn't feel a thing until I thought about it. I was on drugs, though.
Yeah,
but it's just
we
an
can count
interesting
that.
connection.
Yeah, we'll have to do some different studies and see. I don't know if we can count that one.
But you know, what you think becomes your reality. Like, you are the master of your reality. No one else is.
Yep, Think and Grow Rich. That's my favorite book. Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't listened to that shit, you can't be my friend. Real shit. If you have not listened to that book, you can't work with me. Don't be my friend.
What if you've read the book?
You ain't listened to it or read it.
It's
12-hour fucking audio book. I've listened to it twice.
You should put it on in your sleep. If you guys don't know that, fun fact, if you put things on in your sleep, your subconscious still picks up on the knowledge. Don't ask me why or how, but apparently it's been studied, and if you put stuff on in your sleep, your subconscious will also pick up on that knowledge.
Yeah, there's a lot of like things that people like, all the noises, the like 500 hertz or 400 hertz or whatever, all the noises that people go to sleep to and stuff. Those are supposed to be good for you to sleep to. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, some like, could just be placebo shit, honestly.
It could. Placebos are very powerful, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like, this all ties in with what we've said before, though. Like we said in the first episode, and I believe the second one, it also ties in. Everything is a choice. Everything is your fault. You are the master of your own reality. You are essentially the god of your own being. This is how I explain it. If you want to be confident, but you're not, there is absolutely nothing I can say or do to make you confident if your brain doesn't click it for you.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like that's a good way. Like that's a good way to describe it. That's the way I describe it. I feel like too. I feel like we're all gods in a way. Like I feel like if you can create, destroy, and rebuild, and I feel like that's godlike tendencies, right? Like that's what the fuck they do. Or like right, like they fucking created and they destroy and da 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 da, like all that shit. What the fuck do? We create shit all the time. We destroy shit all the time. We rebuild shit all the time. And it's just like, alright, so our camera got full. Yeah, they just cut that, not looking at it to see where we was at. Forgot, so we're gonna just move on to the next topic.
Just keep it rolling.
Yeah. So.
All right, free will. So we're gonna have a little civil debate about the topic of free will. It's a very deep topic, in my opinion, one that I love hearing debates about. Just love hearing people's perspectives, because you never know what that one opinion or that one just thing said could change. So I don't believe in free will whatsoever. He believes to it to an extent, and we're just gonna have a discussion on why we believe what we believe. And if you believe or disagree or have any other things to add in the comment section, we'd love to see it. Just keep it civil. So I guess I'll go first on why I don't believe in free will. Everything technically influences your decisions. Like everything. So say if I'm around him, I'm going to be making different decisions, even if it's subconsciously, than I would if I was by myself. And if I was with a female, I'd be making completely different decisions again, even if it's just subconsciously or consciously, than if I was with him. And say we're not in this house for this podcast, we're in a mansion. We're gonna be making different decisions. If you are very broke or very rich, those two states of being are making different decisions to focus on their survival. None of them are really free-based. They're just doing what they need to do to keep or elevate their place in this world. And most of the time, you're forced to elevate your place in this world or stay stagnant. And most people hate the idea of staying stagnant. So if you're staying stagnant and you don't want to, that kind of eliminates the idea of free will to me. And if you have to do something and you don't really like choose it without any outside influence, and that we literally are incapable of making decisions without outside influence, it's literally a proven study that you are influenced by the 6 most people you were around, and that sums up the person that you are. Like literally everything that builds you as a person, every decision you make is your influence of your surrounding reality. So if that's true, it's kind of impossible for free will to exist. So like, what's your opinion on just that? Just before I go super deep, just that part.
I just think that free will in itself is just like, yeah, everything is in, we have, all of our decisions are influenced. We have 2 decisions that we can make every time, and sometimes even more decisions, but 90% of the time we got 2 decisions that we can make. It's either the let's just say good decision or the bad decision, and we weigh out our odds. Some people don't. Some people just make the bad decision because it's lazy, it's easy, cutting corners, whatever. And there's good decisions, whatever, it's gonna be a good decision for you to make in your current position. But I just think that free will exists to an extent because you make choices in your life that lead you to the position that you're in. Yeah, you don't get a free will choice in being born. You don't get a free will. You don't get free will choices in like the way the world works. Like we have to eat, we gotta drink, we gotta sleep, we gotta survive. Like you have to, and like wherever you're at in life, you gotta play those cards, and you gotta like, I don't know, just make the best of your position. And I don't think if you're stagnant, you're making the best of your position. There's no reason to ever be stagnant. And there's no reason to like really be caught up in talking about like there's no free will. I don't think, because you have choices you can make to get to better your life if you want to. Yeah, there's influences that make you want to do that, which is why you think that there's no free will. But I believe there is, because you have to make choices. Like free will saying like I could get up and just fucking turn this shit off right now, but I don't want to because I'm trying to continue the podcast. But if I wanted to cut it short, we could just say it's over, like, and right there, that's a choice I can make. But I'm not going to make that choice, like, but it's just different things that you could say to do. Like, there's obviously influence in your life that's gonna dictate what you do, but you can choose how you want, like, choose how you go about doing those things and what decisions you make. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog.
I'm sorry if you hear the dog. I will just say though, did you notice when you said all the things that don't keep you stagnant, you used the word gotta or have to? And in my opinion, if you're using the words gotta or have to, when it comes to in terms of decision making, you're not making decisions. You're doing what you have to do, and that's not a decision at that point.
And that's what I was saying. I'm pretty sure, like, you have to do these certain things, like eat, sleep, drink, and then
those ones for sure.
And you have to do things to survive, like pay your bills or whatever. But you don't have to. Like, I can, like, it's free. It's my free will to choose to go to work every day and pay my bills. Like, I don't have to pay my bills. I can move out and I can live in my car, and that's a whole fucking, that's cutting like half the fucking bills out of the fucking picture.
True.
Now I only got a car payment. If I don't want a car payment, I don't even want to work. I got a whole camping setup right behind here. Like, it's really up to me if I want to do it or not. If I don't even want to take that shit, I can go out into the woods and just build something if I really, really wanted to. Like, it's your free will to stay in society if you want to. It's your free will to go to work if you want to. Like, yeah, it's your decision. Like, if you want to lead, if you want to live a better life, you have to do things to live a better life. There is no free will in just, well, here's $1 million, unless you're like born into it. But
True.
The RNG isn't like that. A lot of people aren't getting
RNG.
that. That's the best way to describe it.
That's a good one. And then another opinion I have on it is decision making, like you said. So if you're making the good and bad decisions to either move forward or stay stagnant, if free will exists, who in the world is picking the bad decisions that worsen, keep them stagnant, and just don't do good for their well-being or life? Why would, if you truly do have free will, why would you not choose the positive decision?
The motherfuckers that do this shit all day.
Brain rot? You really think it's just brain rot?
I think it's just brain rot, yeah. Like, why the fuck wouldn't it be brain rot? It's just, it's peer pressure, it's brain rot, it's just all types of shit. Like you said, the influences, like you see a bunch of, like you said, the 6 people that you're around is what's gonna dictate your personality and how you are. If you surround yourself by 5 heroin addicts, you really think that
you're
you
not
will
gonna
not try that shit eventually?
I did want to go into deeper of that, because that's where I break down the construct of free will, right? So if you had the mindset you have, but everyone you know acted like you were crazy, you'd feel crazy. But if you run around people like me, Ski, and etc., just other people that had the same mindset as you, you probably, it just affects your decision making. Because if you were just the only one like that, you'd either feel like, I feel like it would affect you.
I do feel like I am the only one out of us that does feel like this. I feel like you guys are way behind of where I feel like I'm at. Like, with this, like, honestly, like, I feel like my drive for it, and like I put 110% into it all the time, and I feel like everybody just sees that and is like inspired by that, and because it is out into the norm, and it is crazy, I guess, to everybody. And I've honestly cut off like 98% of the people that weren't on the same timing as me, or like even close to the same timing. You guys are close to the same timing as me. Y'all are not on the same timing as me though, but y'all are close. But that's why I keep y'all around, because y'all are close to the same timing as me. But it genuinely, I told you guys, I've told everybody, next year if y'all are not on the same timing as me, y'all will not be around me.
I'm gonna be ahead of your time and just trust.
Well, like I said.
Now that I have stable income,
I don't want to be around people that are doing worse than me. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's like, I agree though, I agree. Because like you said, if you're around, because that's why I wanted to go into the people thing deeper. If you're around
that are
5
doing
bums,
worse than me, or don't want to push me to do better if they're in the same position, or
of course,
wanting to be in the same position as me. Like, I got a bunch of friends that want to be in the same position as me, and it's not hard to get there. They want to be motivated like me and all this shit. You just fucking do it. Just stop wanting it and do it. Just do it. I don't know how else to describe it besides just, we all got internet access. We all got phones. We all got the shit. it's not hard to go on YouTube, which y'all are watching this shit on, and fucking look up something that you need to look up to know how to do something. Like, whatever you want to do, look it up. There's mechanics on YouTube, there's editors on YouTube, there's producers on YouTube. You have the free will to look that shit up, but you haven't.
I don't think there isn't a skill that you can't learn on YouTube if
No,
you really
there's
put the
not.
time into it. I don't care what. Like, you could come out with the most abstract skill in the world. If you YouTube the correct search, you'll find a YouTube video on teaching you how to do it. Or at least Google it. Like, if you Google it, you'll find
Even
some
Google,
explanation.
Not even just YouTube, Google. There's all types of shit. You can find it. AI now will tell you exactly step by step how to do something.
Yeah, we're living in the age of information, people. Not knowing how is just a lame excuse.
But yeah, no, not to cut you off wherever you were at.
No, you're good.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think that free will, you got choices, but there's influences, yeah.
I just think with free will, everything influenced those choices way too heavily for it to truly be a free will decision. And then with the good and bad decisions, it might just be that I have hope for humanity, but like, say serial killers, I genuinely don't believe that somebody would willfully choose to be a serial killer. I don't.
Nah, I mean, people got fucked up things going on with them. Some people do, I'm sure. Like, I don't know. Like I said, like I was talking about earlier, you're gonna have to bring some people in that are actually on that timing.
See,
Talk
just
to
to
them.
interview them. Honestly, we could in the future.
Yeah, just
Get
talk
up
to
like
some,
that.
talk to some people like inmates or some shit. I don't know, ex-inmates, like why they did the shit that they did, what was the purpose, why they thought that way. Like, that's some different typing.
I mean, I kind of get what you're going with your idea of it as well, though. Where do you think the extent cutoff is besides eating, sleeping, and drinking?
Or what you have to do.
Yeah, like besides like
I think that's it. I think that's the cutoff right there. You
the
have
cutoff?
to drink. You have to drink water. You have to drink fucking. Or you have to eat. You have to sleep. I think that's the cutoff. Those are the halves that you have to do. Everything else is a choice.
Gotcha. I mean, I just feel like it's an illusion of choice.
On the position you were born in.
True. Everything depends on the position you were born in, honestly.
Yeah, but those are the three halves that no matter what position you were born in, you have to do those three at least.
True.
And then if some positions you might have to do extra shit, but I'm not gonna get into the outliers. But for majority of people, we got three things we have to do, and we have choices. Like the fucking dude Will survives it. He's a perfect fucking example. He left everything and was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna go live in the woods. Made a fucking cabin and on government land and got kicked off of that. And when like that was completely his free will to just build a cabin wherever the fuck he wanted to until that shit got taken down because he was posting about it. But you can't tell me like he didn't have free will to just go do that.
I'm sure there was a lot of things that heavily influenced decisions, and then
Well, he
it
talks
wasn't
about
his
his
free will to leave.
No, it wasn't his free will to leave, but I mean he found another place. I mean that was just because of the fucking
I'm
government.
glad he found another place, though. And then that's why the government controls a large portion of our free will. And then I base it off of the future as well. If you truly believe, like we were talking about earlier, that you're your own personal God and you envision your future and you truly believe that that is your future, you have. There's no, oh, I might do that. You have to take the steps in order to get to that particular future that you want. And at that point, if you have to do that, everything will influence your decision to get to that future. And if you truly want that future, and of course, everyone on the planet has an idealized future. No one doesn't.
Well, winners and losers have the same dreams, so that's
That's
what
a
I
good
can
point.
just.
And that's why I say, though, why would
that.
you choose to stay stagnant? That's not why would you choose that if you have free will?
Because doing things that are, I don't know, it's just people struggle doing the right thing. I feel like people don't separate their wants from their needs. They'd rather do a bunch of bullshit that they want, and then whenever their needs come, and they can't fulfill their needs, and then they're fucking stuck stagnant in this loop of being fucked over by themselves, and then they're blaming everything else around them, and inflation and all this shit, and da 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 da, and like, yeah, all this shit is affecting everybody, but they're also like, there's also solutions. Like, people are getting paid way more than what they were.
Fucking genuinely everything, and it just influences you too heavy, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree.
Your
There's a
entire
lot of
personality.
influences, but at the same time, I feel like the choices are yours.
maybe it's just who I am. Maybe it's my just hope for humanity to not be as horrible as it is. I just don't understand why, if free will is true, why people would see the path to better their life and not take it.
Yeah, no, I don't get it either, but like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people, so
Yeah, I get that. I get
I
that.
couldn't really, like, trying to put myself in that position is like too hard for me, honestly. I
I just don't
want
get, like you were saying, they put their
so
wants
much
before
more.
their needs, but it, like, that's just backwards. Something you need goes over, like, it doesn't even compute to me. But that's what happens.
people would rather go to the club and spend all their money at the club every weekend, and they'd rather go to the mall and spend all their money at the mall, and they'd rather just buy bottles and behind bottles and bottles and drink every night, or buy a bunch of weed and smoke a bunch of shit they can't afford, and just
But
do a
you
bunch of
can-
shit that they can't do.
You can do that. You can 100% do that if you work for it first. And it not affect you and get caught in the loop that we were talking about.
Yeah, but people don't do that, and like, there's really nothing you can do about that. I don't really know how to like help that. It's just, people suck.
People do suck most of the time. I mean, it really doesn't make sense to me, and that's part of why I don't believe in free will. Like, so many people just do not make good decisions, are doing horrible things, keeping their life stagnant, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
You know, it makes no sense to anybody, not even them. Like, honestly, we'll like I said, we'll do a fucking podcast outside one day and interview people. Just the normies.
The norms.
People that just aren't really trying to do anything else in their lives. Like, I don't know, I feel like everybody should strive for better.
I feel like everybody
But-
should strive for better 100%. Like,
Not everybody's on that time. Like you said, some people just want to have their day job, want to have a family and kids, and that's about it. And some people don't even want that. They just want to work their day job, and that's it.
I just don't get it, because like we were talking about earlier, but like not even on the podcast, just earlier, the whole point of life, and at least in my opinion, is to evolve and just get further. Whether it's your own personal being or life as a whole and the whole aspect of the human race, it is to evolve. It is to make it easier and better for the next generation. That is the entire point.
Yeah, that's the point of it, but look at half of our generation is a bunch of fucking confused idiots that don't know what the fuck they're doing and don't have any fucking plans. Then there's like 20% of our generation that is trying to do the traditional route of babies and getting married and doing that shit and getting fucked over in divorce already. And then there's like 20% of us that are sitting here trying to be entrepreneurs and actually make it out of this bullshit that is just a loop of barely making it that we've been watching our parents go through, and just like, I don't know. It's just some bullshit that everybody's accepted as just the norm, and I think it's some bullshit to accept it, and I'm not
I think it's
accepting it.
Some bullshit to accept it. I completely agree, yeah.
Like, I tell everybody at work, they complain about what happens at work. I'm just like, or why do they do it? Why they do this to me? Da 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 da. They're always doing this. Da 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 da. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing me like that? And I'm just like, cause you allow them to. You let them do that shit. You tell them you're cool with it. Tell them you're not cool with it. Don't do it. Just don't go. Tell them no. I mean, yeah, some bullshit, but I mean, at the end of the day, if they are making you do something, Go home. If you can afford it, go home. That's what I do. So it's your choice to accept it. It's your free will to leave. It's your free will to make that choice if you want to leave or if you want to stay and accept your fucking fate.
But hear me out. Most people don't have that option of free will because they don't. Like you said, you can afford it. Most people can't afford it, my man. Like, say, same position that most of the reasons you've gone home, but if you didn't work for the rest of your shift, you're getting your car completely just repoed. You need that money. Like, imagine, you can't just go home and get your car repoed. Like, I guess true, it is a decision, but you're not making that decision.
No, but I mean,
you're staying there so you don't get your car repoed.
Well, be a better negotiator. Tell them to find somebody else. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. If you can't afford.
Bro said get your negotiation skills up, man. I don't know. Find a way. If you can't afford it, just find a way. There's a way. I agree, though. I mean, you could probably, if you're like max charisma or some shit, you could probably talk your way out of that.
Yeah, no, there ain't no reason to just do some shit you don't want to do. I mean, unless you got hired to do that shit, then
that's what you signed up to.
That camera is dead. So
let's just look at this one.
Yeah, let's just end it on this one. So hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. OKC Out Loud, episode 3. And it was just a bunch of fucking bullshit, pretty much. Just talking.
Just talking about.
Hope you guys continue to excel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are staying safe with this weather. And
keep going forwards.
Make sure to get y'all those phone cases and everything at pushingpressure.com.
Perfectly fine.
So, shit's fine.
Perfect, like no damage at all. It's not turning, no, I'm playing.
It's upside down.
Oh, fuck,
Shit is fine.
Follow my dog, Real Snow Dog on Instagram. He's gonna be a model dog soon.
Yeah, get all your pushingpressure.com. Get all your shit at pushingpressure.com. Go follow his dog's Instagram, follow our Instagrams. If there's a donation link for that child, I'll put it down there. And I'll look and see if there's any for any of the people that were affected in the tornadoes too, and I'll put them down there too. So
100%, just
yeah.
remember,
Hope
guys.
everybody's great. Hope everybody's safe.
And remember, guys, just keep that positive mindset moving forward and see what it can do for your future. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for tuning in.